My Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters, the 12 tribes of Israel, scattered all over the earth, welcome back. This is your Moreh, Yeshua Ben Uriah Israel, and we just want to take this moment, my brothers and my sisters, to thank you for your likes and your comments and your subscriptions. Thank you so much. Thank you. We are so happy that you're able to join us in this, and so we are going to ask you that you continue to pray and just continue to subscribe. Those who have not yet subscribed, invite your friends and your loved ones that they'll do the same thing. Praise his name. Praise his holy name. Praise his name. My brothers and sisters, we just want to give honor and glory and praise to our Most High, Yahuwah. And, there's so many things going on around us, my brothers and my sisters, that want to take our attention away from Yahuwah, and so, a lot of confusion in the world. My brothers and my sisters, let me just take this moment to say, we're going to be talking on Psalm 22, verses 1 through 31. That's the passage that we're going to be looking at next in the Psalm, and the title we're going to be considering, Anguish and Praise. Anguish and Praise. My brothers and my sisters, and David, the king, he experienced a lot of anguish from his own family. Excuse me. Silence is bothering me a little bit here. From his own family to, the outside, outside countries and neighboring countries. But let me say this, my brothers and sisters, that one of the most anguish and aggravating thing to us as a people is that of Christianity. My brothers and my sisters, I had gotten caught in this. I'd left my Hebrew belief, and for a while, and joined up with the Christians. And I got a chance, my brothers and sisters, being a Christian for over 40 years, and 25 of those years I served as missionaries. Okay, my wife and I serve as missionaries. And when we start looking back on the history and the teaching of Christianity, my brothers and my sisters, I don't know how our Hebrew Israelite people get caught in such thing, but we know that we have no other choice because of the slavery, the East Atlantic slave trade, that for 500 years plus, we've been caught and been under burden with this. My brothers and my sisters, the man who claimed to be Jesus, the first European Pharaoh in Egypt, Ptolemy, he wanted to be God. He wanted the people of Egypt to make him a god, and they said no, because he was a foreigner. They would not allow that, because you see, the pharaohs were considered gods. They have the kind of title. And here this man, and they compromised and made him Jesus. His name, there's a title. I'm going to go into that. I'm going to go into that and give an addendum to the Christian series that I did. And Constantine helped a great deal in sanctioning that. My brothers, my sisters, in this big council that they had, we're going to go into that. The Nicene Council, my brothers and sisters, this man named Arius, came up and said, no, he could not be a God. He could not be Jesus. That time there was no Jesus. Prior to that time, there was no Jesus. But this man wanted to be Jesus, and so they made him Jesus, and his pictures everywhere. This man's pictures everywhere showing that he is Jesus. Christus. My brother, my sister, let me say this. We hope that our people are waking up. And you're looking, my brothers, my sisters, go to the internet and do some research. Do some research. It's there, it's open, it's wide open for you to know. So, all of Paul's teaching about Jesus, they're talking about the false Jesus that Constantine and the Roman Catholic Church portrayed. And people all over the world, even in the United States and in Jamaica, have a picture of this Jesus in the church or in a home. Nobody knows who God looks like. Nobody knows who God looks like. And they say he was Jesus representing God. You talk about anguish. David hadn't seen nothing yet. But in this passage, we're going to be talking about anguish and praise. Because you see, here one point he's in deep anguish. And another part, he's praising. So in the verses, you're going to see anguish, praise. Anguish, praise. You know. And so we're going to be looking at that. Praise be to his holy name. All right. I'm going to be reading from the King James Version. And so, even though I don't like to use the word God and Jesus, I rather use the Hebrew name. But it said, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? Why hast thou so far from helping me? And from the words of my roaring. All right, so my God, my El, that's where the word here, God is El. And in plural is gods. And the original word is El. It's Aleph and Lamed. And that make up the word. And it means, by definition, means God. God in plural, gods. God, goodly, great, idol, mighty one, power, strong. So the word El here. And it's a shorten of Eil, strength. There's an adjective, it means mighty one, might, especially the Almighty, was used also of any deity. So when we, in the scripture, we have two ways that they write the word God. It shows capital G, small o, and small d, like common O, common D, okay? And it can be, when we're referring to idol, God is a small G-O-D, S, God's, okay? But here, any deity can be God, okay? But there's only one Almighty, or YAHUAH, or ELOHIM, or ELOHIM, okay? And so here we see that this word is mighty one, strong to compare any names L. If you compare names in L, mighty one, God. Right. So he said, why hast thou forsaken me? And I want you to look at the word forsake there, because the word forsake there is azab, and the Hebrew word azab, ayin, zayin, and bait, azab. And what it's talking about here is to leave. The word means to leave, or to forsake, or to lose, you know. Why hast thou forsaken me? Like, why have you leave me, or left me, or why have you forsaken me? Why have you lose me? You know, that's what the term is saying there. And when we talk about azab here, talking about to commit self, to fail, to forsake, to fortify, help to leave, or to destitute, or refuse. So in his anguish, he's saying that YAHUAH is not committed to help him. I'm telling my brothers and my sisters, if you're in a position where, you know, you allow the things of life, the failures and the frustrations and all of these things to hinder you, you're going to get to that point where at one moment you want to praise YAHUAH, another moment you feel so depressed and you're so down. And what we need here is constancy. We got to be constant, my brothers and sisters. Look here. There are some days I don't feel like I want to do anything. Okay? But let me say this. I got to a point in my life where I am not going to doubt that YAHUAH or ELOHIM is committed to help me. I'm not going to take failures and say, our ELOHIM or YAHUAH has forsaken me. In all of my issues of life, I am going to stand on the fact that YAHUAH is committed to help me. I am going to stand on the fact that YAHUAH is there to fortify me. I am going to stand on the fact that YAHUAH promised never to leave me nor forsake me. And my brothers and my sisters, he is not going to leave me destitute. He's not going to turn away from me. He's not going to left off from helping me. He is not going to refuse me. As long as I walk in his footsteps and do the right thing. My brothers and my sisters, if I get caught up with vanity, if I get caught up, my brothers and sisters, doing things that I have no purpose of doing, I can't expect to go to YAHUAH and just living my life the way I want to live it and then expect him to come and help me. No. No. That's not going to happen. Surely it won't happen, my brothers and sisters. He said, why hast thou forsaken me? Why art thou so far from helping me? This is in anguish. This is how he felt, that Yahuwah is not anywhere close by. He's not there. Forgetting that whenever time he's afraid, he will trust in Yahuwah. He's forgetting that. And many of us forget that from time to time. And so it's like, Yahuwah is not there to help me. He's so far away from helping me. And is from the words of my roaring. So he's not hearing me. The words as I speak. The word here is dabar, dabar. And that word here, my brothers and my sisters, get it. Get it. Just please get it. This word means the speech. It means the word dabar. It is dalet, it is bet, and resh, dabar. And so what the word is saying here, my brothers and my sisters, is an act, is like advice, is a fair, is answer any such thing because of, so the word here, dabar, is a word by implication, a matter or thing, adverbially, a cause, act, the advice, a fair answer. Any such thing because of. A matter of fact, the word is used in a wide variety of application, and it even have the word book in it, and business in it. Care, case, cause, certain rate, chronicles. It has the word commandment, communication, concern, concerning, confer, cancel. It has dirt, degree, deed. It has diseases, it has due. You have duty, effect, eloquent, errand, evil, flavor. But my brothers, you can use this word, the word here. It can mean a whole lot. Something, somewhat to say. It can mean a song. It can mean something spoken. It can mean to talk, a task. It can mean anything, when it comes to tidings, word or work and so on. So it's a great variety, using a great variety of application. And in verse 2, O my Elohim. Now, remember the first verse, it talk about my El, God. Now, it's saying, oh my God, in the King James Version. But what it's saying here is in Hebrew is, oh my Elohim, my Elohim. And the words, the consonants that make up the word is Aleph, Lamed, He, Yod, and Mem, Elohim. And so what this word is saying here is God. Again, you say that is God, and in plural it is gods. So you have big God, if you want to spell it that way, that's speaking to the supreme, based on how they have it in King James English, and it's also can be other deities, okay? But it's talking about our Elohim, our Almighty, angels exceeding, God, the very great, mighty, in the plural, ELOHIM, gods in ordinary sense, but specifically in the plural, thus, especially with the article, We don't say a God, we say the Almighty, the Elohim, the YAHUAH. You know, there's no indefinite article there. And it's when they talk about the supreme Elohim, occasionally applied, you know, by the word difference to magistrate or you know, something as a superlative, like an angel, exceeding, you know, God, God's, goddess, and a very great judge are mighty. My brothers and sisters, we're going to come back to verse 2, but the time is gone for this session, and we're going to ask you that you will be a blessing to someone today and walk with the King. Shalom.